There's an age-old question that has puzzled men for generations. Why do women choose some men over others? While many believe it comes down to looks or wealth, the truth is far deeper and more nuanced. Women, often guided by both instinct and intellect, seek qualities that go beyond the surface. In this video, we'll uncover 7 powerful reasons why women are naturally drawn to certain men. Confidence is magnetic. But true confidence isn't about arrogance, showing off, or trying to dominate every room you walk into. It's a quiet assurance that comes from truly knowing yourself, your strengths, your flaws, and most importantly, your values. This type of confidence aligns closely with the teachings of Stoicism, where the emphasis is on self-mastery and inner peace, rather than external validation. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Women can sense this kind of self-assuredness instantly. It signals a man who is grounded, secure, and capable of facing life's challenges without losing his center. A man who is comfortable in his own skin doesn't need to boast about his achievements or seek approval from others. Instead, his actions speak for themselves. He's not the one constantly refreshing his notifications, seeking likes or praise. He knows that validation should come from within. This self-reliance creates a powerful aura that draws people in naturally. Women, especially, find this type of quiet confidence incredibly attractive because it promises stability in a world full of uncertainties. When a man knows who he is, he doesn't waver in the face of challenges or change his character to fit in. He becomes a rock in the storm, a rare quality in today's world of fleeting identities and superficial connections. Stoicism teaches that true power lies in controlling what's within your reach, your thoughts, actions, and responses, while accepting what's outside of your control. A confident man embodies this principle. He doesn't panic when things go wrong or blame others for his misfortunes. Instead, he focuses on how he can respond constructively, which demonstrates a level of maturity and emotional intelligence that women respect. When a man can keep his cool under pressure, it shows that he's not easily rattled by life's ups and downs, making him someone women can rely on. Furthermore, a confident man understands the importance of boundaries. He's not afraid to say no when necessary, and he doesn't compromise his values to please others. This assertiveness is different from aggression. It's a calm but firm stance that makes it clear he respects himself. Women are naturally drawn to men who know what they want and are not afraid to pursue it with integrity. Such men exude a sense of purpose and direction, which is infinitely more appealing than a man who merely drifts with the tides of opinion. Another aspect of confidence that resonates with Stoic teachings is self-discipline. A man who can delay gratification, stick to his principles, and resist the pull of distractions demonstrates a rare kind of inner strength. This self-control suggests that he's a man who won't be easily swayed by temptations or fleeting emotions, making him a trustworthy partner. As Seneca said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." Women, whether consciously or subconsciously, are drawn to men who have mastered themselves because it hints at their ability to handle the complexities of a relationship with the same level of composure. Emotional intelligence is another key factor that distinguishes certain men in the eyes of women. At its core, emotional intelligence is about understanding and managing your own emotions while being able to empathize with others. This skill is not only rare but also incredibly attractive because it creates a safe space for women to express themselves freely. A man who possesses emotional intelligence listens actively, validates feelings, and handles conflicts with maturity, traits that build deep and meaningful connections. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius suggested, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In relationships, this ability to manage emotions reflects both strength and wisdom. When a man truly listens, he does so without waiting for his turn to speak or trying to fix every problem immediately. He gives his full attention, making the other person feel seen and heard. This form of listening goes beyond mere words. It involves picking up on tone, body language, and underlying emotions. Women appreciate a man who doesn't just hear them, but genuinely understands them. This kind of connection cannot be faked or forced. It comes from a place of authentic interest and compassion. When a woman feels understood, her guard naturally drops, leading to a deeper bond built on trust and openness. Emotional intelligence also involves validating feelings even when you may not fully agree with them. A man who can say, "I understand why you feel that way," without getting defensive or dismissive, shows a rare level of maturity. This doesn't mean he has to agree with everything. Rather, it's about acknowledging emotions as real and significant. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control external events, but only our response to them. By validating a partner's emotions, man demonstrates that he is in control of his own reactions, a sign of both respect and self-discipline. This kind of response fosters an environment where both partners feel safe to be honest without fear of judgment or conflict. Handling conflicts maturely is another critical aspect of emotional intelligence that women find attractive. Inevitably, disagreements arise in any relationship, but it's how a man addresses them that makes all the difference. A man who can communicate his feelings calmly, without resorting to passive aggression or emotional outbursts, shows that he has mastered himself. According to Stoic principles, anger is a sign of weakness, an indication that we have allowed external events to dictate our internal state. A man who can pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully during disagreements signals that he's not controlled by his impulses but by reason and understanding. This ability to manage conflicts gracefully not only prevents small issues from escalating, but also builds a foundation of respect and admiration. Empathy, a cornerstone of emotional intelligence, also plays a powerful role. Being able to step into someone else's shoes and see the world through their eyes is a rare quality that women value deeply. It shows that a man is not just focused on his own needs, but genuinely cares about the well-being of his partner. Empathy turns a relationship into a partnership, where both individuals feel understood and supported. When a man takes the time to ask, "How are you really feeling?" and listens without judgment, it demonstrates a level of emotional depth that is profoundly reassuring. Ambition and purpose are also highly appealing qualities in a man. But true ambition isn't just about financial success or climbing the social ladder. It's about having a vision for the future and the relentless drive to pursue it. A man with goals is a man with direction. He knows what he wants and isn't afraid to put in the effort required to achieve it. This sense of purpose is not only inspiring but also reassuring. It signals to women that he is committed and reliable, someone who can be trusted to build a meaningful life rather than just living for the moment. From a Stoic perspective, purpose aligns with the idea of living according to one's principles and virtues. As Seneca once said, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." In this sense, a man without purpose is like a ship adrift at sea, pushed by the tides of circumstance rather than navigating by a steady compass. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a clear vision for their lives because it suggests stability, foresight, and a deep understanding of what truly matters. A man with purpose doesn't waste time on trivial pursuits. He is focused and disciplined, qualities that hint at his potential to be a dependable partner and father. Ambition also reflects self-respect. A man who strives for more is a man who believes he is worthy of more. This self-assuredness is magnetic because it shows that he has standards, not just for his career, but for every aspect of his life, including his relationships. Women respect men who hold themselves accountable and refuse to settle for mediocrity. This kind of ambition is not about being ruthless or overly competitive, but about continuously improving oneself and making a positive impact on the world. It's the type of drive that says, "I am building something meaningful and I want you to be a part of it." This invitation to join a greater journey makes women feel that they are not just part of a fleeting moment, but a significant chapter in a much larger story. However, ambition without balance can be destructive. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what you can control while accepting what you cannot. A man with true purpose understands this distinction. He pursues his goals with determination, but does not crumble when faced with setbacks. Instead, he sees obstacles as opportunities for growth, proof of his resilience and character. This ability to stay grounded despite challenges is incredibly appealing because it suggests that he won't abandon ship when the waters get rough. Women value this kind of stability because it hints at a partner who will not only pursue his dreams but also support hers. Moreover, purpose gives a man the power to inspire. Ambition driven by vanity or greed quickly loses its appeal, but ambition rooted in a desire to make a difference, whether through art, business, or community, creates a lasting impact. When a man speaks passionately about what he loves, his eyes light up, his voice gains a certain warmth, and his entire demeanor shifts. This enthusiasm is contagious. Women are naturally drawn to men who can inspire them, challenge them to grow, and expand their own vision of what life can be. This kind of partnership is about building together, two people aligned in their desire for a life of meaning, not just comfort. Authenticity plays a crucial role in relationships, and its impact is far deeper than most realize. Pretending to be someone you're not might attract attention in the short term, but it's an act that quickly falls apart under the weight of real-life challenges. Authenticity, on the other hand, is sustainable because it's rooted in truth. Women respect men who embrace their flaws, own their mistakes, and live transparently. This kind of honesty builds trust, which is the cornerstone of any strong relationship. When a man is unapologetically himself, it signals that he has nothing to hide, making it easier for women to let their guard down. In the teachings of Stoicism, authenticity is closely tied to living according to your principles without concern for others' opinions. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." A man who lives authentically is not swayed by the need for approval. He speaks his mind respectfully, makes decisions based on his values, and doesn't wear a mask to fit in. This level of consistency between words and actions is rare and incredibly attractive to women because it creates a sense of predictability and safety in an otherwise unpredictable world. When a woman knows that a man will stay true to his word, it eliminates the insecurity that comes from second-guessing his intentions. Authenticity also involves embracing imperfections rather than hiding them. A man who can laugh at his mistakes or admit when he's wrong demonstrates a level of humility that's disarming. Women appreciate men who don't pretend to have it all figured out, because it shows a willingness to grow and learn. This kind of vulnerability is powerful. It transforms flaws from something to hide into something that builds connection. When a man admits his struggles openly, it invites a woman to do the same, creating a space where both partners can be real without fear of judgment. Another aspect of authenticity is the courage to express true feelings. In a world where so many conversations are filtered and rehearsed, genuine expression stands out. A man who can say what he truly feels without playing games or following scripted lines demonstrates a confidence that is deeply appealing. Women can sense when someone is being real versus when they're saying what they think they should say. Authenticity cuts through the noise and leaves a lasting impression because it shows a man who is comfortable enough to be seen as he truly is. Authentic men also don't shy away from difficult conversations. They understand that honesty is not just about telling the truth when it's convenient, but also about addressing issues directly rather than sweeping them under the rug. This kind of transparency builds trust over time. Women value men who can face uncomfortable truths head-on because it shows a commitment to resolving problems rather than avoiding them. It's not about being perfect, but about being accountable, about admitting when you've messed up and making a genuine effort to do better. Stoicism teaches that a person's worth is determined by their character, not by the image they project. A man who lives authentically doesn't waste energy curating a false persona. Instead, he focuses on living in alignment with his values, which creates a natural confidence that is hard to ignore. This kind of inner alignment makes a man's actions and words consistent, removing the confusion that often leads to misunderstandings in relationships. Women, who are often exceptionally intuitive, can quickly detect the disconnect between a man's words and his true self. Authenticity closes this gap, making it clear that what you see is what you get. In a world obsessed with appearances and social validation, authenticity is a breath of fresh air. It's about showing up as you are, flaws, scars, and all, and being at peace with that. This kind of self-acceptance is not only attractive but also liberating. It sets a standard for honesty and integrity that challenges others to do the same. A sense of humor is often underestimated but is, in fact, one of the most powerful traits a man can possess. Life is full of challenges, and the ability to find lightness even in tough times is a rare gift. Humor is not just about making people laugh, it's a subtle way of showing intelligence and creativity. It's a way of saying, I can handle whatever comes our way, which is incredibly reassuring. Women are naturally drawn to men who can laugh at themselves, diffuse tension with a well-timed joke, and see the absurdity in everyday situations. This suggests resilience and an ability to see beyond immediate problems, making the journey of life feel a lot less daunting. At its core, humor is about perspective. It's the ability to step back and see the bigger picture, to not take every setback as a disaster. This aligns closely with Stoic teachings. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A man who can find humor in adversity shows that he is not defeated by circumstances, but rather masters them. This kind of mindset is attractive because it suggests that even during difficult times, he won't spiral into negativity or hopelessness. For women, this reliability is comforting. It hints that this is someone who can be counted on to bring light even when things get dark. Moreover, humor creates a unique kind of intimacy. Laughter is a shared experience that instantly breaks down walls and makes people feel connected. A man who can make a woman laugh creates a space where she can be herself, free from pretense. Humor bypasses the usual filters of conversation and allows two people to connect on a genuine human level. It shows a level of emotional intelligence that goes beyond words, the ability to sense when someone needs to laugh, to ease the tension in a room, or to lighten a heavy conversation. This kind of intuitive understanding builds trust quickly because it demonstrates that a man is paying attention, that he's in tune with her emotions. Another powerful aspect of humor is its link to confidence. It takes a certain level of self-assuredness to crack a joke, especially at your own expense. Self-deprecating humor in particular is a sign that a man doesn't take himself too seriously, that he's secure enough to reveal his imperfections without fear of judgment. Women appreciate this kind of vulnerability because it feels authentic. When a man can laugh at his mistakes instead of getting defensive, it shows that he is grounded, humble, and emotionally mature, traits that are far more appealing than an inflated ego. Humor also serves as a test of compatibility. Shared laughter is often a sign of shared values and outlooks on life. When two people find the same things funny, it suggests a deeper alignment in how they perceive the world. This kind of compatibility can be more telling than superficial similarities in hobbies or tastes. A man who can turn a bad day around with a funny story or a clever remark is someone who brings positivity into a relationship, someone who makes the highs more enjoyable and the lows more bearable. For women, this is a sign of a potential partner who can weather the storms of life without losing his optimism or sense of wonder. Additionally, humor reveals a man's creativity and intelligence. Crafting a good joke requires quick thinking, timing, and an ability to see connections that aren't immediately obvious. Women are often drawn to men who can challenge them intellectually, who can surprise them with witty remarks or unexpected perspectives. Humor, in this way, becomes a form of flirtation, playful, clever, and endlessly engaging. It's a way of keeping the conversation fresh and exciting, of showing that you don't just have a mind but also know how to use it. Integrity is non-negotiable. It's the backbone of any meaningful relationship, and its absence is quickly felt. Consistency between words and actions proves that a man is reliable and principled. It's not just about grand gestures but the small things, keeping promises, following through on commitments, and standing by what he believes in, even when no one is watching. Women notice these details. A man who says he'll call and actually does, who shows up when he says he will, creates a sense of security. This reliability sends a powerful message. You can trust me. In a world where promises are often empty, a man who keeps his word stands out. Integrity is also about honesty, especially when it's inconvenient. It's easy to be truthful when there's nothing to lose, but a man who tells the truth even when it costs him something demonstrates a rare kind of courage. Women respect men who can own up to their mistakes without making excuses. This willingness to face the consequences of one's actions shows maturity and strength of character. Honesty, even when it's uncomfortable, builds a foundation of trust that can withstand challenges. It proves that a man is not afraid of reality, that he values authenticity over appearances. When a woman feels she's getting the truth without sugarcoating or deception, it becomes easier to open up and be honest in return, creating a space where real intimacy can flourish. From a Stoic perspective, integrity aligns closely with the virtue of justice, treating others fairly and acting according to one's principles regardless of the outcome. As Marcus Aurelius advised, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. A man who lives by this standard does not compromise his values for convenience or approval. This kind of principled living is attractive because it shows that his actions are guided by something deeper than fleeting emotions or societal pressure. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a clear moral compass, who can make decisions with conviction rather than constantly wavering. This decisiveness suggests that he will stand by her side with the same loyalty and resolve. Integrity is also revealed in how a man treats others, especially those from whom he has nothing to gain. Women pay close attention to these interactions. The way he speaks to waiters, treats colleagues, or reacts when things don't go his way. A man who is respectful to everyone, regardless of status or circumstance, shows that his kindness is genuine and not a performance. This kind of respect suggests that he will be just as considerate behind closed doors, creating a sense of safety that is vital for any relationship. It's not about being flawless, but about striving to do the right thing, even in the small moments that seem insignificant. Moreover, integrity creates stability. A man who is true to his principles does not shift with every passing trend or opinion. This consistency is comforting because it means he won't suddenly change his mind about the things that matter. Women appreciate men who are predictable, in the best possible way, who react thoughtfully instead of impulsively, who handle conflicts with a level head rather than resorting to manipulation or games. This emotional steadiness is a sign of self-control, a trait that Stoicism holds in high regard. It shows that he is not a slave to his passions, but can act according to reason and virtue. A man with integrity also inspires others to be better. His actions set a standard not through force but by example. Women find this kind of influence attractive because it shows that he leads by doing, not just by talking. It proves that his values are not just abstract ideals but principles he practices every day. This authenticity is refreshing in a world where many hide behind facades. When a man is true to himself, it gives others permission to do the same, making him not just a partner but a leader in the relationship. Lastly, a man's ability to inspire and lead, not through dominance but through example, is profoundly attractive. True leadership is not about imposing control but about setting a standard that others naturally want to follow. It means being decisive when it matters, taking responsibility for outcomes, and guiding with kindness and understanding. This kind of leadership creates a sense of safety and stability, which is incredibly appealing. Women are naturally drawn to men who can navigate life's complexities with courage and wisdom, men who remain calm under pressure and can turn challenges into opportunities for growth. This form of leadership suggests a deep-rooted strength that offers both protection and partnership. Stoic philosophy emphasizes leading by example, valuing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. As Seneca said, "Show me that you are a person who is consistent, who is the same in every situation, and I will follow you gladly." A man who embodies these traits doesn't need to demand respect. His actions earn it naturally. Leadership in this sense is about making decisions based on principles rather than impulses. For women, this reliability is profoundly attractive because it signals that this is a man who won't crumble when life gets hard. His ability to remain steady in turbulent times creates a sense of security that is rare and valuable. Leadership is also about vision, the ability to see beyond immediate circumstances and to guide towards a greater goal. A man who has a clear sense of purpose and direction naturally inspires those around him. Women appreciate this foresight because it suggests that life with him won't be aimless, but purposeful and fulfilling. This doesn't mean having every detail figured out, but rather having a mindset that looks forward, that doesn't get stuck in temporary setbacks. When a man can articulate a vision for his life and take consistent steps towards it, it shows that he's not just drifting through life, This sense of direction is appealing because it suggests a future built on intention rather than happenstance. Another key aspect of leadership is emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage emotions, both his own and others. A man who leads well knows how to listen, how to resolve conflicts without resorting to aggression, and how to communicate in a way that brings clarity rather than chaos. Women notice this skill immediately because it makes every interaction smoother and more meaningful. When a man can handle disagreements with respect and can de-escalate situations with empathy, it shows a level of self-control that is both reassuring and admirable. This kind of leadership creates a partnership rather than a hierarchy, making it clear that her opinions and feelings will be valued, not dismissed. Leadership is also revealed in how a man responds to adversity. Anyone can lead when things are going well, but true leaders show their character in times of crisis. A man who doesn't shy away from difficult decisions, who takes responsibility instead of pointing fingers, demonstrates a form of courage that is rare and powerful. Women respect men who don't run from problems but face them head-on, who can admit when they are wrong and make amends without defensiveness. This kind of accountability shows that he is not just strong, but also wise, understanding that real leadership is about service and sacrifice rather than control. Moreover, leadership is about lifting others up. A man who leads well inspires those around him to be their best, not by demanding it but by demonstrating it. Women find this quality irresistible because it creates an environment of growth rather than competition. When a man can celebrate others' successes, mentor without condescension, and share credit generously, it shows a kind of maturity that is rare. This ability to elevate others reveals a self-assuredness that is incredibly attractive. It shows that he doesn't need to dim anyone else's light to make his own shine. From a Stoic perspective, this form of leadership aligns with the idea of being a guardian of others' well-being. It's about acting with courage and justice, making decisions that benefit the whole rather than just the self. A man who leads with these virtues proves that his strength is not just physical, but moral. Women are drawn to this because it suggests that in a relationship, he will lead not for power but out of care and responsibility, a protector, not a dictator. In essence, a man who leads by example, who makes decisions with integrity, lifts others up, and faces challenges with courage, offers a vision of partnership that is both inspiring and secure. For women, this kind of leadership is more than just appealing. It's a promise of a life built on strength, wisdom, and mutual respect. In the end, the reasons why women choose some men over others are far more layered than mere appearances or status. Confidence, emotional intelligence, authenticity, humor, and integrity. These are the traits that create a magnetic pull. Cultivating these qualities doesn't just attract women, it transforms you into a better man, one who not only finds love, but also lives a life of purpose and fulfillment.